All right, y'all. So this is going to be a controversial video, possibly, just because anybody who talks about race is, that's a no-no, especially white people. So here we go. At the risk of getting some shit deleted, getting put in timeout for a week or whatever. I have a theory on race, okay? And I guess I'll start, okay, so black people. We'll start with them. So black people are not the first people. They say, oh, Mama Africa, and, everybody came from Ethiopia and all this. I don't believe that. The oldest humans, that's Asia. Okay? Now we know that like Mongolia, everybody there is Yog Sothoth. Indonesia, everybody there is Shub-Niggurath. Malaysia, everybody there is Nyarlathotep. Vietnam, everyone there is Bokrug. So those are all outer beings. The Plateau of Lang. This is the oldest. Those are the oldest people. The first people were created by the outer beings as a way to resist death, life, vitriol, time, darkness, reality, okay? Humans were created to resist reality. And to be able to hack into reality. So those people were first. The outer beings were first. Then God comes along and gives two archangels a human form, a physically perfect human form with Adam and Eve. Okay, now maybe they came out of Africa, but and see, they couldn't. Their kids would have to practice incest if they were truly the first people. No, there were other people around while they were around. It's just they weren't made out of made God getting on his hands and knees, making Adam out of dirt, breathing life into him. They were made a different way. So anyways, and so that's something I need to figure out. Who did Seth marry? Because all those people, all Methuselah, all these old people probably got art. You know what I'm saying? Their expression will, tell us who they are. But anyways, so black people were created are a representation of the angels. So any good or bad thing you see with black people, that goes on with the angels. So this music, love of music, being explosive in sports, what I'm saying? Jumping around, angels flying around. Like the angels use speed when they battle. This inability to work with each other. Okay? This being attacked constantly by the media and the police, this enslavement stuff, okay, imprisonment, because that's what we're going to do to them, so, but, you gotta wait for that, so in the meantime, Yeah, black people are super connected to, and the biggest thing of all, well, at least how it used to be, always talking about God. Okay, for better or for worse, we want to see God. We don't want to hear about him, at least nowadays. But yeah, always going on about God, always, so they are the angels. Okay, they have their nature, the way they get down and party and all this type of stuff. That's connected to the angels, for better or for worse. That's just how it goes. Okay. So white people, I feel like, are a representative of the gods, okay, of chaos, of the void between heaven and earth. And so they're going to act differently than black people. And then I'm saying you have the Asian people who are connected to the outer beings. Okay, they're going to be a representation, not all the time. There's always going to be exceptions, and there's always going to be a black outer being and an Asian archangel. You're always going to have, but for the most part, that's how that goes. Okay, now here's something even more controversial. Spanish people, I don't know exactly who they're going to represent. But here's something even more controversial. So let's start with white people. So first of all, people in the first place are a result of the gods breeding with things that they really were just made to be these buffoons for the gods and workers for the gods, but the gods started breeding with them. So you'll see women act like this. You'll see women get with men, and it's really just a situation of this woman who thinks she's a goddess getting with this buffoon. Okay, since we're going back in time, that's how people bred back then. Okay, way back in the day. Not about love, not about attraction. Okay, not because they're your equal. No. So anyway, so you've got these different type of buffoons they can make. And so really, to make a long story short, the white people are from like a pig type of creature. Okay? And now I'm white, so I get to say this. Black people are obviously from an ape type of person. Okay? And so you can't be sitting here saying, "Oh, you're saying black people are from apes." I'm saying my people are from pigs, or a being that resembles a pig. Okay, and I'm saying you can see this in how these people act. And then with Asian people, they're from fish. Okay. This is just how my psycho ass sees the world. I think there may be like deer people too. And I think Spanish people may be like dog people, made out of like dog, whatever. I don't know. But this could be just a great way to get banned on YouTube, or just talk about some like the last thing I should be talking about. I'm saying I really don't have much else to talk about, so I'll just kind of throw this out there. It's just something that kind of rattles around in my head. And I'm saying hopefully you can see it. Hopefully, the next time you're around your white friend or your black friend or Asian friend, maybe you'll be able to see these things. So physically, they, get down like the animal, And then mentally and spiritually, they are like, either the angels or the gods or the outer beings. I really don't know. Maybe Spanish people are connected to hell. Okay, not the abyss. That's where the outer beings are, but hell. Fire. They're fiery people. They're passionate people. Okay, yeah, I think I figured it out. So they're from, and I'm saying not everybody in hell is evil. Okay? And it's really hard for me to call anybody evil because I'm the Antichrist. So any judgment done by me is really just hilarious. But I guess that's what the Antichrist is about. It's about judgment. Hence this video. The upside down cross, that's really just scales. Okay? It just doesn't have the scales hanging off the little ends of the upside down cross. So obviously I'm just completely psycho, and nothing I say should be taken. I'm racist. I'm not talking about this stuff people are supposed to be talking about. I guess I'm supposed to be talking about how fucked up the world is, how cooked my life is, how I have no future, okay, how I have nothing in my life. All these things are kind of true, barring some, psycho hood dreams or whatever it is I'm working with here. And yeah, I've got some crazy ambitions, but I have a way to fuel it. Okay? I have the souls of all these vampires who feed me. They continue to feed off of y'all because y'all are too stupid to see things my way. That's fine. Or even take it with a grain of salt. That's really where you're dumb. And for a world that's too dumb to take what I say with a grain of salt, you guys deserve these vampires to be ruling over you. Okay? And since they're not above me, I deserve to be ruling over them. And this is how I rule the world. Okay? And you don't have to believe it. You don't have to believe things are set up like this. It's vampiric hierarchy, but it's the